Detonator jumping is the act of using the explosion from the detonator to push you into the air, allowing you to get a higher or farther jump than you normally could. However, this is not the detonator. In TF2, shooting a flare at a wall close to you causes damage. Damage causes knockback, and knockback can send you to new locations. So, you just walk up to any wall and shoot your flare and go flying, right? No, that's not how that works. Every player in TF2 has a bounding box around them. This box moves with you everywhere, but it doesn't ever rotate. Meaning if you run against the wall in a way where the corner is hitting, you're not actually close enough to get hit by the blast. And even if you are flat against the wall, you still aren't there yet. The flare needs to spawn inside of the wall. Shooting head on doesn't do that. You need to angle yourself just right. Then when you fire, ta-da! Now you can jump an extra foot or something. Except it's useless. The move is so specific that you need incredible map knowledge to even know where to begin. And even if you had that, you'd still have to spend hours practicing each jump enough to be able to actually do it consistently in game. It's much better to use your time doing pretty much anything else. Even so, it is technically possible that you could practice this and get to the point where it's somewhat useful in game. Here's something that's actually useless. Ledge grabbing is the art of convincing TF2 you've finished jumping when you still have 0.1 of a second left, I guess. Okay, so normally when you try to jump up something, there's that up part and then there's the down part when you try to jump up something, right? But with ledge grabbing, what happens is if you can see that where it snaps on, that's the ledge grab, right? So this is the easy way to do it, and that's just jump crouching at around this height compared to your crosshair. You just jump crouch into a jump right there, right? And you snap on. That's the easiest way to do it. But you can also, if you take a smaller height, by just C-tapping, and you can see I jump, and then there's that snap there. That also works. I don't entirely know why this works, but basically if you ever man, I gotta get up this thing and I gotta make sure I'm sniping as soon as possible, because you can't snipe in the down part. You can go up and then you can snipe as soon as it snaps on. That's where it's most useful, is on snipe. This one's pointless. I should point that out. This one is completely useless. There's genuinely no reason to bother learning this one. I think it's fun, but don't bother. Don't bother. Bunny hopping is a quirk of Source Engine games that lets you preserve speed if you jump exactly when you hit the ground. Kinda. Valve somewhat removed it now, so it's extremely inconsistent and difficult. But there are ways around this. The most popular is to bind your mouse wheel to jump using this command. That way you can just scroll down and you're way more likely to get it in that mess of commands. You know, throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. After that, and some practice, you can actually do fun jumps like this. Even on Engineer if you're dedicated enough to practicing. A fun and much lesser known aspect is actually how it affects sound. If you bunny hop, even if you don't get the perfect jump, it completely hides your footstep sound effects, meaning you can move around completely silently. The thing it's most used for recently, though, is actually just getting fancy market gardener clips. Ignore that though. Ignore everything I've said about bee-hopping because it's not important. The real reason you should learn bee-hopping is so you can just be like Boingo the Bunny from the hit 2005 movie Hoodwinked.
Granny, it's me, Red.
Sure thing, come on in.
If you think you know the story...
Who are you?
I'm your grandma.
Your mouth doesn't move when you talk.
Plastic surgery. Grandma's had a little work done.
Think again.
So, you really took a beating from a little girl. Awkward.
You're unbelievable.
Anne Hathaway.
A wolf stopping kids in the middle of the forest? That's pretty creepy.
We don't arrest people for being creepy.
Yeah, Bruce, know that guy we got in the tank?
The creepy one?
Yeah, better let him go.
Want to know about the little girl in the red hood?
Don't know a thing, never heard of her. Sweet gal, not like that Bo Peep.
Glenn Close.
I'm not like other grannies.
And Jim Belushi. Hoodwinked.
What kind of candles are those?
Let's say, hypothetically, you master bunny hopping and you're looking for something more to work towards. Don't. But if you insist, for some reason, let me introduce you to... Goomba boosting is something I haven't really seen documented anywhere, nor have I seen anyone else come up with a name for it, so I did. Let's say someone is moving upward. Not the map, but themselves. If you could manage to get on top of their head and bunny hop off of it, you can actually steal their momentum and send yourself flying while they plummet back to the floor. This is cool and all, but some of you might be asking when you would ever use this.